Did you know that a recent survey showed that email marketing has an average return on investment of 122%? That's 4 times higher than any other sales channel, which is pretty impressive. So if you're not doing it, let's find out how. One of the best ways to utilize email marketing as an author is to create an author newsletter to send out to your readers. This can be really important for a few reasons. So not only is email a really trusted way to communicate with your readers, but it also gives you a way to share unique information that they won't be able to find anywhere else. So you may understand that, but what do I put in an author newsletter? So here are a couple ideas for what to include in your author newsletter. Starting out, you'll want to create a theme and title of your newsletter, and you'll want to stay consistent as you begin sending these out. Because, we talk about this with author branding, but you're going to want to create a consistent theme that when people see a certain color pattern or font style or layout, they know that it's coming from you. Continuing with that, it's important to section out your newsletter and use the same sections every time. Updating the content, obviously, but keeping the familiar format that your readers will come to know and expect from you. One section you might want to include in your newsletter is a story of the month section. So for all of the elements we talk about in this Lulu You episode, you can really get creative with them and play around with it to make it really unique and fit you and your personality. And the story of the month is just like that. So this can be either, maybe you jot down notes throughout the month of story starters or thoughts that you have on how to create a new story, and that could be what this section is. It could also just be an anecdote from your life. What has the last week been like for you? What really stuck out? What did you learn? Or it could be, some behind the scenes work of your next upcoming project, or literally, anything that you want to put in here that you feel would connect with your readers and give them information that they might want about you. In your author newsletter, don't be afraid to get personal. These people have invited you into their inbox. So that means they're willing to hear some personal anecdotes and want more information about you. So don't be afraid to share and really build those connections. One great thing about using an author newsletter is, it can really help keep your audience excited about the book projects that you're working on and your characters and themes and what you're doing as an author, obviously. So a great thing to do in your author newsletter is to tease out projects that you have upcoming. Or if there's a book you're working on, put little excerpts or updates on where you are and how the writing process is going. And this can be really great to engage your readers before your project even comes out. Another great thing to include in your newsletter are recommended reads or book deals. So, this is really a great way to kind of give back to your readers and incentivize them to read the newsletter and thank them for doing so. So in this section, you can put any books that you've come across that you've enjoyed that you feel like would really resonate with your readers, as well as special deals or offers or discounts that you're offering on your books that your readers aren't going to be able to find anywhere else. Another crucial element to an author newsletter are upcoming events. So tell your readers where they can find you. And these don't have to be in person only. They can also be virtually or online. So if you're doing a reading online or in person, if you have a book signing coming up or a book launch or any kind of events or parties that you will be at, this is a great way to share that with your audience. Last but definitely not least are your bio and your social links. So these people subscribe to your newsletter because they want to know about you. So, give them the courtesy of reminding them who you are and why you're so awesome and why they subscribe to your newsletter in the first place. And then for those super fans, let them know where else they can find you outside of the newsletter and your website. And this information can be, evergreen or stay the same through all of your emails. You just want to make sure that you update them as changes are made on your different social channels or to your bio. Now that we know what goes into a great newsletter, let's find out how to send it. So there are a lot of different softwares that you can use, so it's important to do your research and test these out to find out which is right for you. But today we'll talk about a couple that you may be familiar with and that are a good place to start. So up first is MailChimp. So MailChimp is great and it's free up to your first 2,000 subscribers. So that gives you a really good benchmark and a level to reach to if you're not there already. Up next is Campaign Monitor, which is also great, and this plan is going to start around $9 a month for up to 500 subscribers. So a little bit smaller of a list, but another great platform to test out. Constant Contact is another great one. This plan is going to run about $20 a month for 500 subscribers, but they do have a 60-day free trial available. Aweber is another great service you can use. This one starts out at $19 a month for 500 subscribers, and they also have a free 30-day trial. So as with any of these platforms and providers, always remember to spend some time getting to know the software before actually sending out any emails. Once you've decided on an email provider, then go ahead and embed a subscription box on your website based on the guidelines and options available to you from the provider you've chosen. And once you've got that set up, you can decide on your frequency of your newsletter. So a good place to start is one per month. That seems doable, not too overwhelming, but you just want to make sure that whatever schedule you choose, you can stick to it. Consistency is key. Now that you have all of your email stuff set up, you know who your provider is, you know how often you're going to be firing that sucker out there. So now let everybody know about it. So social media is a great way to share information about your email newsletter and let people know that it's available so you can grow your list and expand your reach. Do you have any questions about email newsletters? We'll leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, then be sure to hit subscribe and we will see you next time.